Assalamualaikum and good day, guys. In this video, we are going to proceed with the next topic in EQT 271, which is probability distribution. Alright, throughout this chapter, there will be 5 subtopics. Right, let's try to look at it one by one. Okay, so we have 2.1, which is introduction. We have 2.2, which talk about the basic concept of probability, which consists of why probability, types of probability, and also probability rules. Next, we are going to talk about probability distribution, which is kind of a gist in this topic. And after that, we are going to discuss further on the last 2 parts in probability distribution, which is discrete probability distribution and continuous probability distribution. All in all, we have 3 kind of probability distribution that we are going to learn later, namely binomial probability distribution, Poisson probability distribution, and normal probability distribution. Okay. Next, we are going to see on what will be the learning objective. Alright, it means that after completing this chapter, you should be able to do all of those things. Right, we have around 10 learning objective for this topic. Okay, so first, after completing this topic, you should be able to define several terms that we're going to learn later, such as we have random experiment, outcome, event, sample space, and so on. Okay, for the second one, we also expect you to be able to define the concept of probability and describe the rule of probability. Okay, we also expect you to be able to compare the difference between classical and empirical probability. After that, after we have completing this chapter, we also want you to be able to define and give example of a random variable. Next, we also want you to identify whether a random variable is discrete or continuous. Okay, after that, number 6, you should be able to define the probability distribution of a random variable. You should also be able to differentiate between binomial and Poisson discrete probability distribution and their applications. Okay, after that, of course, you need to be able to apply all of those distribution, including applying Poisson approximation to binomial random variable. We'll talk more on what is approximation later. And of course, when you do approximation, you'll need to understand why do you approximate. Next, we have applying normal and standard normal probability distribution and determine the probability associated with normal random variable. Right? You need to know what is the difference between normal and standard normal distribution. Okay, after you know that, we expect you to be able to apply normal probability distribution approximate to binomial and Poisson distribution. And of course, when you approximate it, we need to make sure that you understand why do you approximate. And after that, the last learning objective, of course, we hope that you will be able to apply probability for decision making. Okay, so that is the learning objective and also the chapter outline for this chapter. Okay, we're going to see later and talk more on the next subtopic. Thank you.